Besties, we're back. Welcome back to My Emotional Support Besties. I'm here with my emotional support bestie, Tori.
And I'm here with my emotional support bestie, Reed. I kind of missed how you said it last time.
I actually almost said it the same way. Tori. What was weird is when I said that in the last episode, that's the first time I've ever said your name like that.
I would agree. It's been it's 23 years. Never heard the cadence before.
I typically say Tordo.
Ew. I think my dad recently told me that or was it your dad?
No, my dad said
it was your
yes.
dad that he accidentally called someone at work that.
Yeah, there's apparently a guy a guy at his work or that he met recently and his name is Tori. And my dad, for as long as he's known Tori, 23 years.
Since we were Garbarinas.
Yeah. He calls her Tordo or Tortolini. And he called this man that.
I know what it was. I think my dad was repeating the story back to me, and then I was like, I already know this. Don't worry.
And my dad told it to us like around Christmas time or something.
I thought you were going to say Halloween for some reason. I was like, that was a long time ago.
This is Halloween.
This is Halloween. Oh, man, I want to go to Disneyland.
Oh, my God. I have been having...
Dream sponsor.
Yeah.
Disneyland.
Hey, Disney.
Come and find us.
You know how...
They can make an attraction.
What if we became Disney princesses?
I'm in.
No, you know who is a Disney princess?
Who?
Ruby. Ruby Roo. I call her princess every day.
She is. Don't worry, we'll drop on the Insta at some point, but I got a real cute pic of her today. She was warming up the mics for us.
Yeah,
she was saying testing. This tastes good.
And she said, yummy. Hey, are those new Laban shocks? Hey.
I got them in Kansas City before the Chiefs had lost a Super Bowl.
They sell Laban shop socks in Kansas City.
A really cute boutique. It's like vintage, but also they had some fun little gifts. That's where I bought that fun vintage little purse.
Oh, I love that little purse.
Little purse.
You know it's a good boutique when they carry Laban shop socks.
Yeah, because it's like expensive for socks, but also at the same time, if you're like, I want to support this shop.
Yeah.
It's a reasonable amount of money to spend. I feel bougie when I'm in them.
Yeah, they're my special socks.
I want to talk about the incredible success of our first day live in the ears of our people.
Wow. Have we felt love today?
I think that I was struggling to get a lot of work done today, frankly, because, and it's a good distraction. It's a good reason. A lot of texts. A lot of DMs.
I can't believe it. Like, I
know.
mean, I can believe it in the sense that we have so many amazing, wonderful, lovely human beings in our lives that are just the most incredible people. But like the support, do you want to know what it felt like to me?
What? Graduation?
Similar track.
Uh-huh.
What it felt like is like when you pass your yearbook around and then you go home and you look at what everybody wrote in your yearbook. It felt like that. And you know what, you guys? I did cry a little.
Same.
And I just want to say thank you.
I feel like it was very affirming that people were saying, like, yeah, this is the most obvious decision you guys have ever made. We did get our first hater, though.
We did.
We don't know who it is. They weren't even trolling us in a realistic way either. They just said,
how did we get a hater already?
1 star.
Somebody gave us a 1-star review on our podcast. And do you want to know what's funny about that? Is we learned this.
Yes.
In order to give a rating, you have to listen to the podcast.
Yes.
Or you have to like zoom it all the way forward and make it look like you've listened to it to Spotify. Then you can rate.
So that means someone either listened to the whole thing and then okay, there's options. Someone either listened to the whole thing and then pressed a 1, which like what? I guess thank them for giving it a chance. And then
you tried.
Like an informed
If that's
decision.
the case.
Thanks for sticking with.
Thank you so much.
If you're listening again, wow, you're really giving us a chance.
And thank you for coming back.
Or they figured that out and they were feeling so angry about who we are that they were like, I will and then do it.
Yeah.
Or it was someone who doesn't understand the rating system, which did happen to me the first time I went to do it. So
she gave us a 1 star, but it went away.
But I didn't submit it. I pressed it, and then I was like,
Tori could accidentally be our 1 star hater, but I don't think so. I think we fixed it.
Really unfortunate.
We're like, who are you? But you guys want to know something? We have this list of things that we will be celebrating, milestones, if you will.
Yep.
And one of them was our first hater, and we are claiming our 1 star review on
Even if it was
Spotify
me on accident.
as
Thank you.
our first hater. What's up? What's good?
Hey, welcome to the Hater Club. Rounding back to Go Live Day, I completely agree that it felt like a yearbook. It felt like people were wrapping us in warm hugs and saying hags all day.
And also, they're all our besties now. Like,
we've just basically expanded the circle.
Pretty much mine and Tori's best friendship is so strong and powerful. We have more love and bestie love to give.
Yeah.
So as soon as you hop on in and listen and
buckle into your seat,
chitty chat with us, you're a bestie. You're one of our besties.
Rounding back to last episode too, I did want to acknowledge the fact, and I was aware that this could have been a made-up childhood story that I had convinced myself of. Maybe it was a dream I had. I did point out last episode that I swear I lost my thumbnails multiple times. I did send my mother the link to this podcast at 7 a.m. And by 8 a.m., she had already texted Rita and I and said, you did not, in fact, ever lose your thumbnails.
Not only did she text us that, she also commented on our Spotify, you never lost your nails.
Yeah, she's calling me out.
And you know what? I think we need a fact checker now because I can't trust this woman right here.
But also my mom then did say, she's like, I will give you about a 10% chance because she said maybe I was so traumatized by that happening to you that I just blacked it out.
If my kid lost their nail, I would not want to remember that. That's disgusting. Actually, oh my God.
What?
I lost my big toenail when I was a kid. My mom has got to remember this. This was
Denise, fact check.
Yeah, Denise, fact check this. I was sunbathing, if you will, out in our our driveway.
Did you burn it to a crisp?
Yeah. And I remember this specifically. I was laying on a Pocahontas towel.
Oh, I loved those Disney towels.
Yes. And I vividly remember that because it was frayed ever so slightly at the end. You know when you wash?
That's how you know it's well loved.
Yeah. You wash a towel a lot, it gets pretty frayed.
Those are those 90s towels.
Yeah. But Pocahontas is on it. She looked majestic. Was a little frayed. I got up to go inside. My toe got stuck on the fray. I fell and glided across the pavement and ripped my big toe. Well, it didn't totally fully rip off, but like it a lot of it came off. And I remember I scuffed my knee, and that happened. And I was sitting in the bathroom. Somebody is calling me.
Potential spam. Maybe it's our hater.
Oh.
Should we call him in?
I was sitting in the bathroom, and my mom's helping me with this. And she goes, oh, and your toe. Don't look. And I look, and I see that it's so bloody. And I'm like, no.
Oh, okay, did your mom use hydrogen peroxide on it?
No.
Oh.
Just Band-Aids and Neosporin. But here's the thing. I will say I was always scarred then by the Pocahontas towel. I did avoid using it because I was very scared that I would, in fact, trip again if I used that towel.
I mean, there was something to lead you to that conclusion.
Yep. Cause and effect.
Thank you. That's what I was trying to say. Okay, can I tell you what I thought of when you said the fray? I was then picturing
how to save a life.
Okay, I was picturing, when they do those like dramatizations and it's like slow-mo, is like we cut to a video of a little redheaded child with a bowl cut. And she's like, oh, Mom, I'll be right in for my snacks. And then, no. And then it's like,
and the entire band of the fray is laying there.
Yes, and they're like,
I trip over them.
How to save a life. And they're what saved you from worse damage.
Wait, no, think about this too. They say, step 1, she but like
says she needs to talk.
Except step 1, she trips on the frayed Pocahontas towel.
Yeah.
Oh wait, but they're saving me? Oh, how to save a life. Got it.
They were like a sweet little cushion.
Well, are we picturing the same thing? Because I'm picturing the towel and the entire band of the fray laying down at the edge, because I said
yes,
on the edge of the towel was the fray.
Yes, that's exactly what I was picturing. So then you picture you tripped on them.
Yeah.
But then they caught you.
But they caught me. Hey, if anybody is like a Photoshop person,
please
can you please make this?
Please. I'll pay you in Frosties.
Hey.
Yeah.
The things that I would like to discuss from episode 1,
can't wait,
are rather important, because I did get feedback from my father.
Yes.
I got some really good feedback. I did tell him that I would be sharing this feedback on our show. So, hi, Dad. How's it going?
Hey, Pop.
If you're driving, drive safely. He said he was like listening while he was driving.
Trust him.
So the thing though that he said,
I can't wait.
His like first thing that he said to me was like, "Hey, I wore Bermuda shorts every single day last summer." And he's like, "Is this about me? I wear Bermuda shorts all the time." I was like, "Do you know?"
Was he the little kid at the end of that movie?
But I'm like, "Do you know what Bermuda shorts are, Dad?"
Cargo shorts. Is that what he
means?
means?
Yeah, he wears cargo shorts, not Bermuda shorts.
Are they plaid cargo shorts?
What if my dad was wearing the limited to Bermuda shorts every day in the summer? He's like decked out in limited too. Another thing that came up after our podcast went live.
Yeah.
We talked about the Jonas Brothers in our last podcast, how they went to that trivia night and stuff. And you were like, are they about to do something? Because I feel like they go out and about and do stuff like this right before they're about to do something.
PR move.
And they just released a statement that, one, they have been in the biz for 20 years.
Makes me feel old.
I know. And that they are going to have, a year full of new music, solo music.
Yep.
Nick is going back to Broadway. Back to Broadway.
Yeah, 'cause that's where you got to start, right? Les Mis.
Was it Les Mis that he was in?
It was Les Mis.
Why did I think it was The Lion King? Like a Northwest situation. So, Tori, you predicted it. You saw right through the PR.
I'm a psychic. Something that I was reminded of the other day, and it's probably just like the state of the world making you want to go off the grid a little bit. Do you remember a year into the pandemic, sitting in your old backyard, and shout out to the Filguses and John, who were also present. And I don't know if it was you or John, but you were like, I'm going to need somebody to go and grab a whiteboard. I'm going to go ahead and need you to grab a whiteboard. And we went forward in planning an entire commune.
We did
this. And John took the board. He was literally drawing out diagrams of where houses could be on the land, how it makes sense. Everybody got assigned jobs.
What were ours?
Jesters.
Oh, that's right.
We were just the MCs. Not just. We were
we
were the MCs. We were bringing joy to the people.
To all the people who live on our commune.
If you really are a top-notch bestie and you're really engaging, you might be invited to our
join the commune.
Don't worry, the podcast won't stop. If we are truly off the grid, though, it's going to have to only be live.
Ooh. If we're
What?
Wait, when you say off the grid, does that mean no internet and stuff?
Yeah.
Okay, well, what if we did the podcast with megaphones?
Honestly, couldn't love anything more.
Only if we can get those megaphones that are bow, 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 bow. You're so much better at it than me.
That's exactly. So essentially what we are is jesters, comedians, which is kind of the same thing, but yeah.
Well,
jesters, comedians, actors, podcasters, DJs.
Oh, disc jockeys? Yeah, that's us.
Just saying. If I can find my way onto Raya, which I don't know how I would ever get onto that dating app.
Don't sell yourself short. Maybe we should make that a milestone.
Oh, that's a really good idea. That's a really good idea.
Wait, can you be on Raya anywhere in the country? Why do I feel like Raya is only in New York and LA?
No, I'm pretty sure
Anywhere.
you can. I hear the lore that there's a lot of Australian DJs on there.
Oh.
So maybe I could find like a professional DJ that then could like back us up and like play sounds and ish. Well, I'm like, hey,
Hey, yo.
welcome to the commune. We have to come up with a name for it. Let's come up with a name for it.
Also, I was just thinking how you're like, oh, if you want to be like the bestest bestie or whatever you're saying, and you'll join our commune. Why do I feel like this is like turning into a tiered system where it's like,
correct.
Okay,
welcome to an MLM. This is now an MLM.
We are starting an MLM cult.
I'm not gonna lie to everybody. This is
Grounds
gonna be
for
a
a cult.
controversial thing to say, but I also feel like I'm willing to share. If someone sold it that was like us and they were like, come live off the grid with us, we have literally assigned jesters.
Oh my
I'm in.
God. Oh my God.
Sign me up.
Are we gonna be?
You don't have to work anymore.
Are we gonna be pawns in somebody's cult?
Yeah, maybe I need to be careful how much I'm advertising that I'm susceptible to this.
Hey, if you just tell me I can be.
Hey, I'm weak and gullible. Prey on me. Okay, back to Raya and Australian DJs. So this is not Australian DJs, but it would be a IRL connection. What are our thoughts and opinions on, as a woman, approaching men in the gym that are cute?
I think that's the best idea. I think you should do it. I think you should go for it. I think you miss every shot that you don't take.
Because I'm going to say, been trying to go back to the gym that is so close. There's nice, respectable, cute men.
Our
and
gym's
my
good.
thought, yeah, and the thing is, no one's douchey.
No.
I only saw one man in a cutoff tank last night.
And he probably was warm.
And he was smiling at everyone.
Oh
And it
my
wasn't like a
God.
gross, like, I didn't feel assaulted with his eyes.
Oh my God.
He was respecting everyone in there.
Wow.
I know.
I'm so happy.
So I'm just going to also put it out there. 1, I understand joining a cult. 2, I think as a woman, you have permission to approach men in the gym. That does not go both ways, though. Proceed with caution as a man.
100%.
There's already in our world a power imbalance. But if I'm working out and it wasn't my idea to flirt with somebody,
Yeah,
do not approach me.
I agree with this.
I'm sweating.
Mm-hmm.
I feel gross. I'm only going to approach you if the vibe that I'm giving off is confidence.
Yeah, like maybe in a scenario where, like, let's say you're both reaching for the same wave. Your hands, your knuckles brush.
This is a Nora Ephron movie.
Your knuckles brush. You look over. Oh, he's a cutie. He looks over. Oh, she's a cutie. He stutters a little. It's yours. And you go, no, it's yours.
And then he goes, let's hold it together.
And then, yeah, and it's a shake weight.
Correct. Call back. Also, though, what's really funny to me about that is I'm using like 10-pound weights.
I know.
So I also love a man who's not overestimating his strength.
Oh, I was thinking, you're like, you reach for it,
You're like,
and you turn, you're like,
embarrassing. Not. No, I'd be like,
yeah,
thanks for being okay with.
I wasn't being nice.
It's okay. We all have preferences. But I do really like the idea of like standing really close to each other and like each taking one end of the dumbbell.
Oh,
And
yeah.
like, we can use it together.
And you're like,
yeah, there's a whole
lifting.
rack of like 50 more of them, but you're so entranced.
Do you want to know something I like to do at the gym?
Yeah.
Or something I think when I'm at the gym?
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll go to the gym, I'll be working out, and John will come to the gym later, like 20, 30 minutes later. We'll be like two independent, single-looking people. I like to just walk over to him and give him a kiss-a-roo.
They're going to say smack his butt. I was
I
like, that
mean-
would really be a fun, like, everybody.
Yeah.
Ah!
And he goes, excuse me.
Yeah, because everyone's so respectful in there.
Yeah.
They'd be like, sir, do you need help?
Literally.
Yeah.
But I kind of think that in my own head of like, these people, what if these people think John and I are complete strangers and I just walk up and give this guy a kiss-a-roo? That's funny in my head. I learned something recently. I haven't been this surprised in a while.
Okay.
And once I learned this information, like I was in denial and I was like, no. And I don't know if it will shock everybody, but for me, it was truly life-altering. Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
At the edge of our seats.
Okay, so Nosferatu. Nicholas Hoult.
Yep.
Yeah? Saying it right?
Nicola.
Okay. So he's like the main guy in that movie, right?
Correct.
Hanging out with some friends.
Great
And
acting.
I'm like, yeah, trying to explain the plot because John hadn't seen it, but me and my 2 other friends that we were with
What a plot to explain.
had seen it. Yeah, truly.
Yeah.
And John's like, what is this movie? Who's in this? Because something you guys might learn or pick up is that John really doesn't know many celebrities. He doesn't know a ton of pop culture references or things like that. And so it's quite fun because I feel like we're always educating him on the important matters.
And I love it because the thing is, nothing scratches an itch in my brain like knowing really useless facts about celebrities. There's a lot of things that should stick in my brain that don't, but that stuff, you could basically call me People Magazine.
Well, and see here, I feel that way to an extent about myself.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why this information really threw me, because I'm explaining the plot and then John goes, who's even in this movie?
Reed, who is that?
Yeah, he says, Reed, who is that?
Mm-hmm.
No, he's like, who's even... He didn't say, Reed, who even is in this movie? He was probably just like, wait, so who's in this movie? And I was like, oh, it's that guy from White Lotus. He's in it. And my friend's like, what? What guy from White Lotus? I was like, the mama's boy from White Lotus. You know, the guy who's a total mama's boy in season 1 of my White Lotus. That, you know, he's really frustrating and annoying. And she goes, that's not the same guy. I said, yes. You are misremembering. I'm talking about season 1 of White Lotus. It's the guy in it. He is dating. Who's the really beautiful girl with the light blue eyes? The actress that he's dating.
Alessandra something. Where's the D?
Daddario.
Yeah.
Alex
Daddario.
Yeah. That girl. So beautiful. I'm like, no,
Percy
he's
Jackson,
the one.
Great movies.
Oh, she's in that?
Yeah.
Great. Good for her. And so, sorry. So she's like, no, Reed, that's a different guy. I'm like, no, it's not. She pulls up his photo. She shows it to me. She's showing me the guy from White Lotus. And I said, yeah, that's the guy that's in Nosferatu. That is the guy. What are you talking about?
What range?
And I'm like, no, I think you are misunderstanding. She goes, no. She says this guy's name.
No. You are.
The guy from White Lotus, his name is Jake Lacey. His name isn't Nicholas Hoult. Those are 2 different people. Okay?
Correct. Born to different mothers.
I absolutely... And probably different fathers.
Correct.
Well, we don't know. But I'm like, there's literally no way. And I was like, no. Wait. Please help me. Because...
Please help me.
I said...
Save me.
I said, who was in the movie The Menu? And she said... That was Nicholas Hoult, the guy who was in Nosferatu. I said, no. No, that's the guy from White Lotus. I remember when The Menu came out and I watched the movie The Menu, I was like, it was right after I saw season 1 of White Lotus. And I went, wow, good for this guy. He's in a lot of stuff. He's getting a lot of work.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was the same person. This was how long ago? And I'm only just realizing now. And I got to show you. Are you familiar with the 2 people
familiar.
I'm talking about?
So it's the mouth.
So you can see it.
Yeah.
Like, they look a lot alike. Even when I was going back and forth between their photos.
Yep.
I was like.
You couldn't see the difference?
Like, okay, there's some where I can see the difference.
Yeah.
But then I would see a different photo and I'd say, which one is that? Like,
which one is that?
I think
Which white man is this?
I think they might be fraternal twins.
I mean, same man, different font.
I swear, for me, it is... like, telling them apart is like telling Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen apart. They're different. You know, Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen are fraternal twins. They're not identical.
Excuse me?
Correct. Yeah.
It would make more sense if you told me that, like, Mary-Kate and Elizabeth were fraternal.
No. Ashley Olsen and Mary-Kate Olsen are fraternal twins. They are not identical twins.
And they got away with that in Full House. Unreal.
Full House. Our Lips Are Sealed.
But, like, think about it with Full House, because they were
babies
interchanging them.
Oh, yeah.
It was just supposed to be one person.
That's absolutely correct. Yeah, and they
the differences are so subtle. I feel like same man, different font in the terms of, like, You know, like when you're in Microsoft Word and you're typing something and it's like Calibri headings, Calibri body. That's literally the only distinction.
So like one's bold, one's like italic or something like that.
Yeah. And also speaking of Mary-Kate and Ashley in movies, did anyone else forget about New York Minute and what a masterpiece that was?
Oh my God.
Eugene Levy. I think Jared Padalecki from Gilmore Girls was in that.
Is that the one with Megan Fox as well?
Don't remember her in that, to be frankly honest.
Let's see.
Maybe it wasn't Jared Padalecki, but it was another heartthrob of the
Which
time.
one was it that you said?
New York Minute.
New York.
I can still remember. Oh, they had fun hats in that.
They always wore great accessories.
What were those called?
Beret.
It was like a beret, but it had the like little bill on it.
Like a newsy.
Yeah, kind of like a newsy cap.
Okay, wait. New York Minute, IMDb. Wow, wait. I didn't remember that Eugene Levy was in this.
He's the truancy officer.
Andy Richter?
That's running around behind him in the city.
Is this who you were thinking?
Oh my God, he wasn't it. I was correct.
Oh my God, Bob Saget made an appearance as Bob Saget.
I did recently watch Billboard Dad. Was that with you?
No.
Wow. I'm so
my God.
sorry. Can claim still absolutely enjoyable. Sometimes I have a hard time watching old movies.
Mm-hmm.
It like makes me uncomfortable. The lack of
grainy.
I can do like not really old. That's not even that long ago, but like older movies in like early 2000s, 90s. For some reason, if I can get into like early 80s, 70s, and before, I am okay with it.
Something about watching slightly older movies that every time it happens, I'm like, what were we doing? What was going on? When
it's like a time capsule.
Well, no, when your movie pops up on the screen, even if you're renting it off of Prime or something like that, and it's that really wide.
The widescreen instead of full screen.
Yeah, and I'm like, what were we doing?
Who made that choice?
Why were we doing that? Our TVs didn't change. Like,
yes. The other day was like, why do I have this song on my head? And we can cut it into this. Remember the fear in which was instilled in us the second you would start a DVD, and then it'd be like, what did it say? Would you steal a car? And then it would be like, would you rob a store? And then it'd be like, don't pirate DVDs.
And every time I saw that when I was at the theater, I was like, oh, gotta make sure I'm not recording this.
Yes.
Like, and
I thought as with like just me watching it with my eyes was a crime.
I would leave the movie theater thinking that I was a criminal, even though I didn't do anything.
Why were they trying to pull some scared straight shit on there?
I don't know, but
it felt disproportionately aggressive.
I am curious if you've ever watched a pirated film.
Absolutely. That's what college was.
Because I know like one recorded at the movie theater, because one time I saw, I don't think I watched the entire film, but it was literally somebody recording the movie, and there's like people like and
Ew.
It's like, I could have waited.
Yeah.
I could have waited till this hit DVD.
Sometimes there's desperation.
Yeah, if it's something you really want to see, I guess.
Yeah. But also like when we were in college, we didn't have money to go to the movie theaters.
No, but you said TikTok as well. Have you ever watched
a
full length
clips?
No, have you ever watched a full length movie on TikTok?
Yes,
I have.
Yes, I get sucked in.
Part 2, Part 3, Part 4.
You know what it is?
What's it?
Oh,
what is this?
The Good Doctor. And I've never once enjoyed watching that show like on TV, but they'll get me with this clip of like the luring in of like maybe this parent's like a baby or something, and then they're like, did the mom do it or whatever? And they're like doing a full exam. You get fully pulled into this issue, and then I'm like, gotta go back to part 1 of 82.
Oh.
I gotta watch the whole episode to know, did the mom do it? Nope, it was the boyfriend or whatever. And then you watch the whole thing, and guess what I could have done? I could have gone onto one of like 8 streaming services I pay for, and I could just watch the freaking episode. But there's something like majestic
part 2,
about
Part 3, Part 4.
Yeah, and it's usually pirated quality.
Yeah.
But also, how are the people that are getting it like it's not pirated on there?
I don't know. But
what skills do they have that we don't?
I don't know, but one time I watched this entire movie on TikTok. That was, oh my God, it was so scary. These girls, They climbed this really tall thing. I don't know what it was called. Like almost.
Oh, is it the one where they're in the water tower?
And it's really, 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 really tall.
I know exactly. And I also got this on TikTok.
And it's so scary. And I just kept watching it. They like climbed in like, yeah, we're so proud of ourselves. But then something happened where they couldn't get back down.
Yep.
And I was on the edge of my seat. And then there's some crazy stuff. Yeah, I'm known for spoiling. I'm holding it back. I'm not spoiling.
But also, who
what?
Thought I have a really good idea for a film. The whole plot will be 2 women
Scared
at the top of a tower, just scared.
So
Is there a twist, or is it literally just that?
There's a twist, but it's not like I think this could have been a short film. I think they could have gone away with a short film.
Yes.
Same with, you know which one could have been a short film? Maybe it's called Buried Alive, but basically it's Ryan Reynolds being buried alive for
it's like
hour and 45 minutes or
like
something.
128 hours or something stupid.
I think the theater is back in.
Oh, the theaters are back, baby.
The theaters are back with an asterisk. Specifically the theaters that have closed captioning or subtitles. Those theaters are really back, and those are the theaters
agree.
I'm going to. I heard it's a specific night or a specific day in which they have them at one of the local theaters that we like to frequent.
I love that.
You know, I say we like to frequent, but it's only just been this weird period of time where I have seen 4 movies in the past month and a half. I do need to circle back because as I was thinking about how I discussed earlier that the man from White Lotus is not the man from Nosferatu, I'm thinking, people who look alike, people who you get confused by.
Yep.
But then I came across something.
Okay.
Close your eyes for me. Okay.
They're closed.
That was so great because you know that we're on a podcast and you're telling the people what's happening because they can't see the eyes are closed, but they are. Your eyes are closed. Picture. What do you think Dr. Seuss looks like? You can't see it, can you? We don't. He's not. He's not a recognizable man. You know what I see?
What?
I see the Cat in the Hat.
I saw the Cat in the Hat first. And then I saw an old white man with a crazy mustache.
And are you familiar with what he like? Are you familiar with him?
No, I don't know what he looks like, but I know that that's not really his name. He writes under a pseudonym.
Correct. But here's the thing. I came across a photo of Dr. Seuss.
He looks like the Cat in the Hat.
No. I went, that's not Dr. Seuss. That's the guy from Grace and Frankie and from Law and Order. He looks exactly like, what's this man's name? Sam Waterston.
Yes, I love him.
He looks exactly, and why hasn't Sam played a movie where he is Dr.
Maybe
Seuss?
He will now.
Hey, Sam, we're manifesting this for you.
I thought you were going to go, hey, Siri, call Sam Waterston.
Hey, Siri, call Sam Waterston. Tell him that destiny's waiting for him to play Dr. Seuss.
Beautiful.
In the movie about Dr. Seuss.
The way that I kind of picture him looking like Sam Elliott. Do you know who that is? He has a very deep voice and a mustache.
Does he look like Sam Waterston?
Yes.
You know who else I thought? I got Sam and Eugene Levy mixed up, which is interesting because you discussed Eugene Levy earlier.
Hey, Gene. Also, I hope that people, as we were talking about the Scholastic Book Fair last episode, could smell it.
Somebody texted me and they told me that they could smell it.
Oh,
that they were like, oh, I needed to think about that.
That's exactly what we were hoping for. So thank you to that person.
Shout
out to them pears. Oh.
What is that even from? Because we say that all the time. What is it from?
It's a Rick Ross video.
I'll
also post that.
What's that?
It's a man. I think he's a rapper. I should know more about him considering I love this. But he had a significant weight loss and he's being interviewed and they're like, hey Rick, how'd you do it? And he just goes, shout out to them pears. As if he's just been on a strictly pear diet for God knows how long.
Why is that so funny?
He probably simply shit away all of his weight.
Why is that so funny? Because I feel like pears. Do you feel this way? I have to say something.
Yep.
Do you feel like pears are like the stepchild to the golden child, or like pears are the stepchild, the forgotten stepchild, and apples are like the golden child? Like,
And pairs, they're popping off.
Are they?
In my heart.
Well, I gotta tell you,
You ever had a Harry and David pair?
like the boxes that get delivered
Yeah.
to you.
Costco was selling them.
Wait, Costco sells Harry and David?
They were.
I thought that was a
It was
delivery
a specialty
service.
item.
Oh, how wonderful!
But guess what they didn't have? Moose Munch.
I don't know what that is.
The way that I said it, and I thought to myself, that's an innuendo.
I don't like bears.
Well, you have the wrong opinion.
Well, I've tried.
I think you've never had one that was good. You never sucked on one of those Harry and Davids.
Whoa.
Right after eating a handful of moose. I was just saying, after eating a handful of moose knuckle.
Mother. Well, here's the thing. They're mealy. And I don't
They
like
are.
mealy fruit.
How do you feel about kiwi?
Oh, that's like top 3 fruit.
Thank you.
Top 3 fruit.
Thank
Yo,
you.
I learned a fact.
I know exactly what you're going to say.
They have more vitamin C than
Oh,
oranges.
I did not know exactly what you were going to say.
What do you think I was going to say?
I think you're going to reference the fact that my mom used to cut kiwis in half in my lunches and give me a spoon and so I'd
She
scoop
did.
them out. But then I found out you can eat the
The skin?
skin.
The fuzzy?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that I would like
My
that.
grandpa used to eat the wrappers of Baskin Robbins sugar cones.
They're edible?
I mean, technically they're not edible, but like you're not supposed to eat them. And he'd be like, more fiber, it's fine. And he just
The last thing I would like to discuss
Mhm.
before we wrap up is an enthralling question to ask when you are amongst your friends, your
a tabletop
colleagues.
discussion.
Like, think about an icebreaker. If you need an icebreaker for like a work event. So this past weekend, I did a weekend getaway with a group of friends. We're sitting around the table and we get on the topic of what was the weirdest thing that you or a family member collected when you were growing up. And
Ooh.
this conversation went on for so long because there were so many weird things. Like there was a lot of stuff with like dolls and doll parts. Like
Ooh.
a lot of people's mothers and grandmothers really got into making porcelain dolls and having doll parts.
My great grandma collected salt and pepper shakers. Like
That was one of them.
Hundreds. Like in beautiful antique glass cases, so you could like look at them.
Oh, so you're not.
And so we didn't use them. You could, so you like couldn't run around in the living room because that's where they all were in their glass case. But when she passed, we did all get some salt and pepper shakers, and I just realized I've never gotten them from my parents' home. It's recording.
Okay, it's flashing the red thing. So yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
But we all took them. But
Wait.
what I want to know is where the hell did all the hundreds we didn't take go?
What is the case? Is there a market that produces and sells specific
I
cases
think it was
for
like
these?
probably for collections and keepsakes, not necessarily like buy salt and pepper shaker.
Okay.
But I will fact check this with my grandma because I do want to know. But she did have some that were like probably like 1.5 to 2 feet deep.
Feet?
And then I'm so sorry. Well,
Inches.
it's like half a foot to a foot.
Do you know,
Foot to
I
a foot.
really couldn't tell you what
I know.
a foot looks like
I have
and what
no
an
depth
inch looks
perception
like.
either. Is why I have like 3 tape measures in here. Anyways, like thick, and then they would all be like paired together, and it was really cute. And the whole thing was glass, so any angle you could see them. And then she had like those very typical ones that were like a hutch or a buffet that just were like glass, and so she would
God,
display them.
I want to get into collecting.
Maybe we should
What should we collect? You know what I wish I could collect? I've kind of started.
collecting your jar of hearts.
Pit bull weenie dogs. I
Oh,
got 2 of them.
Fill the house.
I want to collect them all.
Let's fill the house,
I really want
and
to.
then let's move into a bigger house because I'm moving with you.
And
And then we'll have, but with
More.
an ADU,
More.
but I don't live in the ADU.
The dogs.
just get to have their own space.
oh,
And we
love
fill
that.
it.
I love dogs. I love pit bull weenie dogs. They're the most perfect dogs in the world.
Oh, they're perfect.
And my
they're so
Instagram
long.
my Instagram algorithm. Wow, why is that so hard to say? it knows.
Mhm.
And then I just get these dogs that are the funnest little mixes of dachshund something or other. And I'm like, wow, give it to me. I want it.
Ugh. I was telling Reed earlier because I walked upstairs to get something, and they were up there. And
They
the way
being
that the dogs,
are my 2 dogs that
Yep.
are pit bull weenie dog mixes.
the second you open a door into their presence, it's like they haven't seen you in 80 years.
And they just love you with their whole hearts and whole bodies.
And sometimes you're like gone for 2 seconds, then you come back and it's the exact same reaction.
I love it.
We deserve it.
But anything else come to mind on the weird collections? We knew people who collected Pez dispensers.
Ooh, that's a
yeah, I thought they were the
fun
coolest
one.
people in the entire world. I was like, whoa,
Mm-hmm.
this is sick.
I went to a pinball machine museum, and
I wanna
not
go
just
there.
the pinballs. They have really cool old lunch boxes.
Oh, that's a cool collection.
I think that'd be a really dope collection. And I think it was the people that started it. Like, they were already collecting them, and then they just put them out on display.
You want to know a rich person collection thing that I just learned about? And I don't
Swarovski crystals. I'm just kidding.
I don't know the name of this, like what these things are called,
Mhm.
but I just saw some celebrity talk about this, and I was like, "Ooh, I want to be a rich person. I want to get one of those, or some of them." You can buy still frames of animations
Mhm.
from like Disney movies and stuff like that. Like they're so expensive, but it's like
Cute.
literally the originals that were actually used in the movies, like
Wow.
and they like are certified, and you can get those.
That's cool.
How fun would that be? Or you
is it like the storyboard sketch?
No, it's like
What
literally.
they used
Yeah.
with
And-
the color and everything. I want to know when dolls became scary.
I know.
What?
When I watched The
Chucky.
Twilight Zone. Do you remember
Oh
that?
my
You watched
God,
it
and
too
it
when you were
pushed-
kids.
And it was the original Twilight Zone.
Yeah.
Too. This was all in black and white. We also were scared of dolls, and we did get American Girl dolls on the same Christmas.
Yeah.
And we were convinced that they were moving. So we always would have a sleepover the Christmas night into the 26th at my great-grandma's house where the salt and pepper shakers were.
Mm.
And we had them in matching pajamas with us. And then we got real scared because we were like, what if they come to life and we have them in bed with us and we like feel them moving? That's too scary. So we put them on the ground, woke up
No.
on the bed.
Stop. They came alive.
And so even when I had built-in shelves in my childhood bedroom, and I would have to put it every night because I was so
Hide
scared.
it.
I would hide it up in the.
I
So I was like, she can't get down from there.
I
I had a Samantha, in case anyone was wondering.
I didn't. I had a lookalike American Girl doll.
I'm so sorry I lied to everyone. I had Molly.
Oh my!
Samantha had the glasses, or vice versa.
Wait.
I don't remember.
Molly had the glasses.
I had that one.
Samantha was the one in the little like plaid like I'm rich
Mhm.
girl. And then wait, who did you say? Molly?
I think I had Molly.
Molly was the one with the glasses and the like cardigan, and she's like, I'm smart.
But let's be honest, they essentially were the same doll. They just put
They
glasses
just had
on it,
different
which is
outfits.
the like what was that Freddie Prinze Jr. movie effect? She's all that effect.
Oh yeah. I had to get, or I didn't have to get, but my parents, they got me a lookalike doll, so it could be a redhead with
That's really
freckles
kind of them.
and hazel eyes, because the only doll was Felicity, and Felicity had lighter red hair
Mhm.
and blue eyes, and so I did not get that one. But then my lookalike doll, she was wearing a little red patent leather dress, had a black long sleeve, had these really
Ooh.
fun tights and combat boots.
Edgy.
She was so cool.
Edgy.
I think this is a great time to wrap it.
This was really fun. I think it's just continuing to prove that.
This is my
Let's start
favorite thing in the
calling.
world.
Mhm.
I love this. I loved everything about it, and I can't wait to do it again.
Thanks for having the first episode be so well received and letting us know, except for the person that gave us 1 star. But we love them even though they did that. And I'm looking forward to another 5-star episode.
And what should the people do?
Follow us on everything. My Emotional Support Besties. That's our Instagram handle. You can also follow us individually. Our handles are in the description on our Instagram page. And we're now on YouTube.
We did figure it out, so we're on YouTube, so you can
Yep.
see us. Well, so those of you who are still here, our camera just died.
So
right as we were talking about the YouTube channel.
Could be pretty funny, but we're going to sign off.
We're going to sign off here, and we hope you have a wonderful night. If you enjoyed this podcast, please give us a 5-star rating, leave a comment, and join in on the conversation on our Instagram, where we're going to keep talking about all the things. We love you so much, besties.
Like and subscribe. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Okay.